Welcome to Envisioned Broadcasting, the station designed to encourage, equip, and empower you for growth and success. Presents Women Emerge with Melissa Lambert, a show that shines a light on spiritual growth, health, purpose, and financial education. It's time to emerge and begin to live out your dreams, walk into your destiny, while making a difference in the lives of many.
Welcome to Women Emerge with Melissa Lambert. I am your host, and it's always an honor and a privilege to come before you another Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I am really excited about today's topic because I think that, it's close to heart to me in a way. I always have this statement that I always make that there is power in your story. So we're going to have a good conversation on today. So just want to remind you that this show is being sponsored by Lambert Legacy Financial, and we are powered by Core Financial Partners. I'm just loving my business, Lambert Legacy Financial, because truly, I believe that it is time to really speak about the power of becoming your own bank. It's really time to talk about how to, own your own economy, and understanding the awareness of financial education for you and your family and learning how to create legacy. So, that's why I really want you to tune into our conversation, but also connect with me through LambertLegacyFinancial.com, LambertLegacyFinancial.com. If you don't own your own bank, not your traditional bank, because remember, when you go to those traditional banks and you put your money in there, you don't own it, they own you. I'm going to say that again. When you go to those traditional banks, the Wells, the Bank of America, the Navy, the PNC, all those, whatever bank you have, name your bank. When you go there, guess what? You don't own it, they own you. Because once you put your money in there, they take your money. If you put 1,000 in, they can loan out 10,000 of that money. They're printing money out of thin air, right? So I really want you guys to open up your understanding to learn something new. And truly and honestly, what we teach has been it's a 200+ year old system that has not been taught the right way. And where our goal is never to take your money, our goal is to educate you on your own money. That part, right? So this show is being sponsored by Lambert Legacy Financial, powered by Core Financial Partners. And we truly here we teach the truth about money, empowering individuals to think about and plan their legacy. That's the purpose. But today's show, it's Wednesday. Every Wednesday, I did share with you that we will be coming together. You're going to hear other people's stories, but you're going to also hear mine. And we know it's your story. And who's best to tell that story but you? So if you are a person that really wants us to talk about her story, your story, her story, his story, please connect back with me. Leave a comment or find me on social media, DM me, email me, and I would like to hear your story and see if it's okay for you to share it on this air, if that's possible. I believe that, we all have a story that needs to be told, and it's needed to be heard. I truly believe, again, that without a test, there's no testimony. And that's what your story is about. It's, to go through it. It's already challenging. It was hard, but you made it through it. It's now time to share it, right, in a way that it empowers, uplift, inspire, and bring forth help and truth to those who hears it. So today I will be discussing the power of your story, why sharing your truth matters. And I'm going to give about 10 different tips or reason why you should share your stories and, ways you can share your story as well. And dig deeper and talk about my story that I told in the about the 21 days of prayer for my future husband, a journey of faith love, and divine alignment. I mean, I wrote that book, and that's my truth. A single woman, and I'm desiring to be, someone's wife, right? And looking to that day when God bring forth my husband, because when you find a good wife, you find a good thing and find favor in the Lord. And that's what I am. So let's kind of dig deeper into this conversation on today. So I know that as we talked about, there is power in our story. Every one of us, we do all have a story to tell, right? We all go on a journey that you never know how it's going to come out. Many of our journey filled with challenges, victories, lesson learned, and moments of transformation, right? I believe that telling our story is a powerful process, one that can heal many people, heal yourself first and foremost, right? But also empower you, but also empower someone else. Inspire you, but also inspire somebody else. So I believe that at times we can be storytellers, and at times you find people that are listening to these stories and from listening to your own story, they're inspired, they're empowered. Give you an example. On yesterday, I was really a bit down, and I was just kind of in my head a bit, and I was talking to my mentor, and he began to share a story, and his story was so powerful. It made me cry, because then at that moment I realized I'm not alone. And it was such a powerful story that he even relived that story by telling that to me. But he said to me, this one thing he said was, I said, thank you for sharing this with me. And it was, what you shared is going to stay here. He said, Melissa, I appreciate that, but I know it's time for me to tell my story. And many of us don't realize it is time to tell those stories, but sharing your truth isn't easy either, right? I remember when I had to share about Caleb, my late son, it wasn't easy to share that story. I remember sharing about me being a divorcee. That wasn't easy too, because that was trauma that was there, right? So sharing your truth is really never so easy, but I believe it's truly worth it. It does require courage, vulnerability, faith, and the impact of our experience as well. So just know that when the time is right, I believe you will feel comfortable in telling that truth. Like, I remember it wasn't comfortable at all to talk about Caleb. Every time I talked about my late son Caleb, I cried. Like, to this day, it's hard for me to go through his book that I wrote and make it to the end without crying, because it's still dear to my heart. But it is a story that needs to be told. It is a story that I wrote in a book. So if I wasn't able to tell it verbally, I was able to write it physically so somebody else can read it. And sometimes when they read it, they'll be like, oh my gosh, this story is touching. It is really touching, right? But now I can smile and tell the story. I can feel comfortable and confident sharing the story about Caleb, my late son, who had anencephaly. His skull wasn't fully formed. So when he was born, when I gave birth to him, he was stillborn at birth. And that was a challenge, because the last statement I heard that nurse said was, you have 24 hours to claim your son's body. And that story, I mean, I know I've told it before on this air, but it's always touchy, because my son, March 3rd would have been his true birthday, and he would have been 5 this year. Really? No, I'm sorry. He would have been 4 this year. No, oh my gosh, no. He would have been 5 this year, because today we're 2025. Wow, my baby would have been 5 years old. Aww. Yeah, my baby would have been 5 years old. Yeah, wow. See, again, telling your story sometimes it will bring you back, but it's never to bring you back to make you cry, but it's to bring you back to remind you how far you have come. So When we embrace, this is my statement to you, when we embrace the power of our story, we become a beacon of hope for others walking in a similar path. Like just like my mentor, he was able to share a story that I didn't even know exists. But when he shared that story, it gave me hope. It reassured me that, Melissa, you good, you got this. Keep your head down, stack that money, and get yourself together, and you're going to get what you desire. And him sharing his story really, really touched me and truly gave me hope. So let's talk about these 10 reasons why you should share your story. The first reason, and I hope y'all taking notes because y'all know I'm always giving y'all some tips, and it's always like about 10 or 15 of them. But the first reason why you should share your story is one, it does empower others. Your journey can give someone else the strength to overcome their struggles. I'm going to say that again. Your journey, your story can give someone else the strength to overcome their struggles. As I was sharing again, the reason why this story is in my head because it happened yesterday. Really and truly, it was impactful to hear my mentor share the story, him kind of laying it down and telling me how he went through some situations and how he made it through, and look at him now. And that was the most profound time. Just, we were supposed to just be doing our huddle, but then he shared a truth. And I mean, I broke down and was like, I can't do this. You not can't do what I'll do, but it was just like I could not mentally be present because I was going through some physical, not physical, I would say some emotional situation at that moment that I just needed to kind of release. And by releasing it, he was able to share something to empower me. When I tell you that story was so needed for me to hear because that story helped me fuel the rest of my day. That day I wrote 4 policies in that one sitting. I was able to do a one close call. Like on this call, I was able to complete everything on that call. And it was because that story was told. It empowered me. It helped me to overcome the struggle that I was facing in that moment, the feeling that I was feeling in that moment. His story allowed me to feel better. The second reason why you should share your story is it inspires change. Real life experience inspire people to take action and make better choices. So thinking back again on that same story, I thought about just what he said and how I need to do it. I'm going to say it in a basketball term, how I need to do my layups, right? I'm not a basketball person, but I just had this image in my head. Like if a person is coaching someone to do their layups or do their 3-point shoots, there's a way to position your hands to kind of let the ball go directly into the net, right? It sounds like I know what I'm talking about, but I'm thinking about like a basketball player, right? They got to show you that coach has to kind of keep on having you try and try again just to know how to get better and make better shots, right? So it's the same thing when it comes to, inspiring change. Your real life experiences that you go through, it helps somebody else. It helps them to take massive action. It helps them to say, I'm going to make a better choice. I'm going to make a better choice on what to do next and how to do it next time and how to do it differently and make it better, right? So your story can inspire that person to change. 3, break chains of silence. I remember this movement that I helped to build. It's called CIS. No more CIS. No more, and CIS stands for suffering in silence. Because we all suffer in silence in some way or form because we have to put that cape on. We got to put those hat on. We got to put that mask on. Many of us suffer truly in silence, but your story can be the voice that many people need. Wow. My God, I want to slow that down for a minute because that was really touchy to hear me say that, especially just that no more sis. Um, that was a traumatic trauma in a sense for me. That movement, even though as powerful as it was, the what the enemy meant for evil. I know that in somewhere from I know how God. So I saw how God turned this around for our good. But we all suffer in silence in so many ways, and not realizing that even through the silence, your voice needs to be heard. Your story needs to be told. Your voice is needed so the next person don't have to suffer the same way that you did. And so again, we talked about empowering others. Number 1, 2, inspiring change. Number 3, break chains of silence. Number 4, brings healing. So we're talking about the 10 reasons why you should share your story. The fourth one is it does bring healing. Expressing your journey can be therapeutic and aids in emotional healing. I remember when I began to talk about my divorce, right? And it was a hard thing to talk about because, again, here you go again, divorced, single, and a single mother. And that right there alone was like, oh God, nobody in your family ever been divorced. Nobody in your family has been a single mother, but here you go, Melissa. And that was hard for me because there was no one in my family that has gone through any of those things, divorce, single mother, miscarriage, stillborn, none of those things. But here I go, right? So, but my experience really aid me talking about my experience was healing for me. It was therapeutic for me. I actually even went through therapy because of that. And my therapist helped me go through my healing journey by allowing me to express what was on my mind, how I was feeling. And that brought me healing to the point where I was able to share my truth openly, like I'm talking now. That's openly sharing my truth. Y'all know my business. I've been on the air for a minute now, so I be talking about a lot of things. So this is also a process of healing for me as well. Again, you're tuning in to Woman Emerge with Melissa Lambert. It is always an honor and a privilege to come before you another Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. And tonight, I'm really talking about the power of your story, why sharing your truth matters. I am giving you 10 reasons why you should share your story. The first reason was empowers others. Second, inspire change. Third, breaks chains of silence. Fourth, brings healing. 5, creates connection. Stories bridges gaps between people. Always remember that. It also fosters understanding and empathy. When you create that connection, that's what that story like. It bridges the gap between people. It fosters a understanding and empathy. Prime example, what my mentor, he showed me empathy. He actually, foster a space and a time of understanding for me to kind of like, wow, he understand what I'm going through. Wow, just I did not know, So in that moment, it fostered understanding for me that, wow, I'm understood. And wow, I understand that I'm not the only one that's been there and has done this, right? So it does create connection. 6, shows others they are not alone. Knowing someone else has been through similar challenges can bring immense comfort for you, but also for them. Just again, the same story. I keep on going back to it because this happened recently. That showed me that I wasn't alone, and it gave me hope, and it made me feel like, Melissa, you got this. What you sweating? Like, get out your head, right? And I had to kind of get to that place with that conversation, even though it was a professional call. I dropped my guard down because I was really empty and I needed to be not just filled in the professional level where I needed to know the system and da da da. Da. I was able to. That's why I'm so thankful for my mentor, Mr. Tony Chambly, who has inspired me in so many ways, who have impacted my life in so many ways, and just to know not only him but his lovely wife as well, Latoya Chambly. They both have really impacted me, and to know that they too can help hear my heart, not only on the professional level but on a personal level, to be able to hear my heart and be able to encourage me in such ways. It kind of really kind of shows the people that they are, and I'm so thankful. And it's always good to have people in your corner that understand and will never judge you, right? So the seventh reason why you should share your story. It helps you. It helps you. It really, really, really helps you own your truth. It really helps you own your truth. And that's something that, like, I'm not saying that you don't own your truth now, but I promise you, when you do share your story, you will own your truth. You will, and that's something that I had to really learn, that it's okay to really share. It's okay to own my truth. Sharing your experience really allows you to fully embrace and accept your journey. Like, again, me writing the 21 days of prayer for my future husband, a journey of faith, love, and divine alignment. That was accepting my truth that, oh my gosh, you really are not meant to be alone. You're really, Melissa, not meant to not be somebody's wife. You're really not meant to be single. You are a wife, you know, and okay, you may not be going on dates right now, but you can pray for your husband, because you're going to be in the limelight. You're going to be speaking. You're going to be teaching. You're going to be educating. You're going to be moving around in the cities and states, and God's going to reveal this husband. He's just going to come up and be like, I've been praying for a woman like you. And you're going to be like, really? No, I'm going to be like, really? But just know that, again, the seventh reason is helps you own your truth. And that's what I would like to always do. I like to own my truth. I don't want to feel like I'm in a space where I don't own my truth and accept the journey that I've been on, and know that God would not give me more than I can bear, right? The eighth, again, we're talking about the 10 reasons why you should share your story. The number 8 is embrace personal growth. Reflecting on your journey helps you recognize how far you have come. When I talk about my divorce, when I talk about me being single, when I talk about my first miscarriage, my second miscarriage, my stillborn, it really and truly helped me to embrace and recognize how far I've come. Because I can openly on air talk about these things, right? I don't name drop at times, my ex-husband's name, but I still embrace and release my truth, right? Because I'm able to own my truth, and I can recognize how growth is, and how I've grown through this process as well. Number 9 leads to divine appointment. Like, your testimony can put you in the right place at the right time to help someone in need. And I remember, like, talking to someone, a single woman as well, who was a single mother, and I was sharing to her my story of how I face everything. I face my money, I face my opportunities, I face everything. And she looked at me and said, "Thank you." She said, like, I struggle with just my faith alone, and not realizing that I should not be thinking about just how I'm going to make it, is always how I am going to, not realizing the God I serve is going to help me through this process, and that help her build her faith, right? So I was aligned the right place at the right time, right? That divine appointment for her to hear that. It was able to help her understand that faith works, right? Faith works. I'm not saying just have faith and that's it. The Bible says faith without works is dead. So you're going to still do the work, but understand faith works and believing in God that you're not the one that's going to supply your needs. He says, I am, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all this things, all this righteousness will be added unto you. So, God will supply all your needs according to his riches and glory, right? So always remember that. It does lead to divine. You sharing your story can lead to divine appointments when you meet someone. So, and the last thing is it leaves a legacy. Sharing your story leave a legacy. When you share your story, it continues to impact others even after you're gone. That's why I write a lot. I write my books not for me, but for legacy. Chelsea can be 20 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old. She can always get my books on Amazon. It's always there. And that's leaving a legacy. She can read about my stories. She can see how mommy's journey was. She can say, oh my gosh, my mommy really impacted so many lives because I was able to put that into writing. And that really impacted her. By my story can impact her legacy as well, because she can share. Look at grandma to her kids. Look what grandma wrote. Her kids can say, "This is my grandma," right? Leaving a legacy. So, write your story, share your story, record your story. YouTube is gonna be there. Even when we gone, YouTube is still gonna be there, and my podcast will be still up on YouTube on all 13 Top Podcasts. And guess what? They're going to hear my voice. My daughter's going to hear my voice. My grandkids, my great grandkids will hear my voice, right? And they can be like, that's my mom, that's my grandmom, that's my great grandmother, right? Legacy lives on still by you sharing your story. So again, you are tuned into Women Emerge with Melissa Lambert, and it's always an honor to come before you every Wednesday. I told you Wednesday is going to be Tell Your Stories, Tell Your Truth Day, right? I have a story, you have a story. Tell it. You're the only one that can tell it best. And today I am talking about the power of your story, why sharing your truth matters. And I just gave you 10 reasons why you should share your story. And I'm going to go over those 10 with you. 1, empowers others. 2, it does inspire change. 3, it breaks chains of silence. 4, it brings healing. 5, it creates connection. 6, shows others they are not alone. 7, it does helps you own your truth. 8, it does encourages personal growth. 9, it leads to divine appointments. 10, it does leaves a legacy. So now, let me now share with you ways that you can share your story. Because you're like, Melissa, I got a story, but how do I share my story? I'm not like you that loves to talk, but I'm going to share with you some ways that you can pick out. I'm going to give you, 7 ways, and there may be many, but I'm going to just share 7 that you can actually share your story. Okay, so the first way is write a book. You can write your bio, your memoir, right? You can write a devotional. You can write a guided journal. You can, document your experience, and you really truly impact many lives by that. All right, write in your book and publish it. Do self-publish. If you don't know how to do that, Lambert Publishing House can help. The next is start a blog. There are so many blogs online you can start. Be consistent, a consistent writer, right? Write about your journey, each and every stage of life, and reach some audience that may be able to respond to what your experience is, or be impacted or love or be encouraged by these experiences. Start a blog. The third thing that you can do to share your story is speak publicly. Find some engagement, conferences, podcasts, live events, or, Go live on Facebook, go live on Instagram, go live on YouTube, right? Spread your message far and wide. You never know. If you want to be able to spread it here on Woman Emerge with Melissa Lambert, please, by all means necessary, let's go, right? Or create your own. There are some free podcasts out there that platforms that you can use to share that as well. Okay, the next is create social media content. Sharing through posts and videos or live streams can be an effective and immediate way to inspire others. Create a group. Create a time where you say every Wednesday I'm going to do Wellness Wednesday. Every Thursday I'm going to do Tell Your Truth Thursday. Whatever. Just find a way to create some social media content. The next is join a support group. Speaking to others who have faced similar struggles can provide healing and motivation. I think about, meetup.com, going on Eventbrite, looking at those different things, go on to social media events and see what's happening in your community and join, attend. And the next is mentorship. Personally guiding someone through their journey by sharing your experience can be life-changing. Like I told you, my mentor inspired me this yesterday, and I was so thankful that, he was able to reach me at that personal level. You can do the same. Mentor someone that, through a situation that you face, and you can now be strong enough to tell it, but also strong enough to be someone else's help. I always call a destiny helper, basically. And lastly, ways for you to share your story is host a 21-day challenge. Encourage others to embark on a journey of transformation through daily reflection and guidance. That will be so amazing. I'm thinking about hosting a challenge. This would be a great idea. Ooh, I am thinking about a challenge. It's all about financial education, right? So I'm going to think about a 21-day challenge for infinite banking concept. Yes, I think I'm going to do something like that. I think that's such a powerful way to really share something with my community. But again, here are some ways to share your story. 1, write a book. 2, start a blog. You don't have to do all of them, but pick one of them and do it. Okay. 3, speak publicly. 4, create social media content. 5, join a support group. 6, mentorship. And 7, host a 21-day challenge. I'm loving this 21-day challenge, y'all. Host one. So, again, we're talking about the power of your story, why sharing your truth really, truly matters. And one of my story that I talked about, my story, which is the 21 days of prayer for my future husband, a journey of faith, love, and divine alignment. My personal journey of faith led me to a powerful revelation. And what is that revelation? Prayer has the ability to shape your future. I'm going to say that again. This revelation is prayer has the ability to shape your future. So 21 days of prayer for me, which is 21 days of prayer for my future husband, was birthed out of a season of faith for me, a season that I feel like I'm ready for love again, and a season of, it's time for divine alignment to happen. This devotional is not just about finding love for me. It's about preparing myself for spiritual, emotional, and mentally for the partner that God has for me. And that's why I wrote that book, right? It's about trusting God's timing. Like we always say, I can't wait. This is too long. And that impatience kicks in. But God's timing is the best. And really aligning with his purpose for your life. And believing, to be honest, believing in the power of prayer to manifest divine connection. That divine connection, which will be your husband. So if you are in a season of waiting like I am, preparing or believing for God ordained relationship, I believe that this book will encourage, equip, and guide you through your daily prayers, reflection, and affirmation. So that is one of my prayer, that this book really empower you and impact, get you to that place where you're like, you know what? I'm gonna read this again and again and again. Even though it's 21 days, I read it over and over again. It's a daily read for me. 21 days starts over again, and I keep on going. So if you are open to say, you know what, I want to try this 21-day prayer for my future husband. It is available on Amazon, but you can also go directly to my website, melisabooks.com. That's MELLISA books, BOOKS.com. That's melisabooks.com. This devotional is for every woman believing in love, prayer, praying for alignment, and trusting God for their future husband. It may not be you, but you may have a single friend that you want to gift this to. Gift it to them. Gift it to them in love, so they can know that you are thinking about them. And a book like this can be so impactful. And it's a beautiful cover. And the person on it is so beautiful. Isn't she? Yeah, she is. Okay, y'all. You are tuned in to Woman Emerge with Melissa Lambert, and it's always an honor to come before you another Thursday. Just want to remind you that this show is being sponsored by Lambert Legacy Financial, powered by Core Financial Partner, and we are dedicated to bringing financial awareness to the community through the infinite banking concept. We teach the truth about money, empowering individuals to think about and plan their legacy. Our vision is to become a beacon of financial education for you, to get you to understand the concept. Not only understand the concept, but use the concept in your life daily, transforming your lives by instilling the knowledge and confidence in your financial planning. We aim to create a community where everyone is equipped to build and sustain a legacy for generations to come. So you can learn more by going to LambertLegacyFinancial.com. LambertLegacyFinancial.com. And if you are ready to take the first step towards financial independence and become your own bank, Lambert Legacy Financial, powered by Core Financial Partners, is here to build that and help you through that process. Please go to my YouTube channel and listen to all the top podcasters that's been there with Tony Chambly and I, that we literally did some great conversation. You can also go to LambertLegacyFinancial.com, LambertLegacyFinancial.com, and book a time. There's some videos on my web on that link that you can watch. You can also, book a time for me to speak with you, and let's do a consultation. So definitely, I am looking forward to connecting with you and going through this journey alongside you and helping you build that legacy. So I'm going to kind of wrap it up, because I really try my best when I'm doing this by myself. I don't try to go over, the full 50 minutes or the full 60 minutes. I try to kind of keep it between 40 to 45 minutes. So, and I hope you got all that information. I'm going to I really think I'm going to go over it, the 10 reasons and also the 7 ways to share your story. So just in case you missed the 10 reasons why you should share your story, let me do a recap. 1, to empower others. 2, to inspire change. 3, it breaks chains of silence. 4, it helps brings healing. 5, it creates connection. 6, shows others they are not alone. 7, it helps you own your truth. 8, encourages personal growth. 9, leads to divine appointments. 10, leave a legacy. The 7 ways that you can share your story is: 1, write a book. 2, start a blog. 3, do some public speaking. 4, create social media content. 5, join support group. 6, do some mentorship. And 7, host a 21-day challenge. Finally, I wanted to share that your story does matter. No matter where you are in your journey at this time, you can be at the beginning, the middle, or the end of your journey. Your story has value. I'm going to say that again. You can be in the middle of your journey, the beginning of your journey, or at the end of your journey. You can be the beginning, middle, or the end. Just remember this. Your story has value. It has the power to transform not only just your life, but the lives of so many. It has the power to bring hope. It has the power that's going to remind others that they are not alone. That's the power your story has. That's why your story matters. So don't be afraid to share your truth. Don't be afraid to stand up and speak out. You are never alone on this journey. You never know whose life will be touched by your words. So speak your truth boldly. Speak your truth boldly. Write freely and trust that your experience, y'all, aren't meant to bring are meant to bring light into someone else's darkness. And I'm going to say that again because, again, like my mentor, his story, his experience really brought light to me in my time of darkness. So remember that. Trust that your experience is is meant to bring light into someone else's darkness. So your story is a gift, y'all. It's a gift. Share it and watch how God uses it to bless others. May you find the strength. May you find the courage. May you find the power to share your story. Why? Your story truly matters. It does. It do matter. So I hope that this was a blessing for you, and I hope that it inspire you to really connect with me. If you don't have a place to share your story, connect with me so I can hear your truth, and let's put it on air so you can share your truth with others because there is power in your story, and your story truly matters. So thank you again for tuning in to Women Emerge with Melissa Lambert. If you can do me a favor, I am on all 13 top podcasts. Turn on the notification so you can be notified when I'm on or when it's live, when it's uploaded, so you can listen and leave me a comment, leave me a review, a good one, please, and share this with someone you like, love, and trust. They need to know that they matter. They need to know that they're beautiful, they're loved, and they're important. They need to know that their story, that their struggles, their pain, all that they have gone through is not in vain. They can share their truth and their story to heal, to inspire, to uplift somebody else. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook at Melissa, Mellisa S. Lambert, Melissa S. Lambert, and on Women Emerge Network and Women Emerge Wellness. You can also follow me at Lambert Legacy Financial, also Single Ready, the number 2, Marry, Single Ready to Marry, also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. You can also schedule some time with me at LambertLegacyFinancial.com, LambertLegacyFinancial.com. Every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm here every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm here. So please tune in to us live. But remember, we go live on Wednesday, on Thursday, it's uploaded on all 13 top podcasts. If you miss it on Wednesday live, catch it on Thursday. If you miss it on Thursday live, catch it on Friday. Just always remember, you can always catch me no matter if you miss me. You can always catch me even if you miss me. All right, so don't miss me too much now. All right, now, y'all know there's 2 new books that I have out, the 21 Days of Prayer for My Future Husband. It is a powerful journey of prayer for those believing God for their spouse. He has prepared for them and prepared for you and me, right? This book teaches you how to partner with God in prayer seeking his perfect timing and will for your relationship. You can definitely get a copy of that book today. Go to melissabooks.com, MELLISA books.com. The next book that I also wrote was Coming Out of My Financial Egypt, Now Living in Abundance. This book is for anyone ready to break free from financial bondage and step into God's plan for wealth and stewardship. It provides practical tools, biblical principle, and a faith-filled approach to managing your finances, creating generational wealth, and experiencing the overflow. Oh my gosh, I just got an idea. I figured out the 21-day challenge, the Wealth Club. I'm going to do a 21-day challenge of a Wealth Club. And in that Wealth Club, for those who join the Wealth Club, will get a Coming Out of My Financial Egypt, Now Living in My Abundance. I'm going to give that book away. So 21 day, I'm going to start a 21-day challenge that we're going to talk about how we can become wealthy. Okay? Ooh, that just gave me an idea. Tune in for that. That's going to be something I'm going to talk about on Thursday. I'm going to talk about the Wealth Club, how we're going to do this 21-day challenge, how to become wealthy. 21 days of how we're going to become wealthy. Yes, and yes, we're going to join that club, and we're going to go for 21 days. It's a challenge, y'all. Remember, breaking habits in 21 days. Breaking habits in 21 days. What we're going to do? Break some habits in 21 days. Yes, and yes. Oh, my gosh. I am so excited about this. Can't wait. So tune in tomorrow. I just gave y'all what we're going to talk about tomorrow. We're going to talk about these 21-day challenge, how we're going to become wealthy. And we're going to do that through our 21-day challenge. We're going to break some bad financial habits in this 21 days. That part. Okay, y'all. Until next time, don't forget to tune in to Women Emerge with Melissa Lambert every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern and every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do me a favor. Share this podcast. Share this time slot of Wednesdays and Thursdays with a friend. They can always tune into womenemergeradio.com and listen to us live, or just find us on the top podcasts at Women Emerge with Melissa Lambert. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a good review, okay? If you got something bad to say, keep it to yourself, that part, okay? Until next time, I love you. And there is something you can do about it. You can love me back, okay? Until next time, take care, take charge, and continue to be great. Bye for now.
Thank you for listening to Women Emerge with Melissa Lambert, where Melissa speaks with leaders, experts, and motivators who share their journeys and their stories through personal and professional growth, knowledgeable tips, and lessons learned that will empower you to grow. Follow Melissa and Women Emerge Network on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at MELLISASLAMBERT and at Women Emerge Network, and visit www.womenemergenetwork.com. Remember, when you know better, you can do better, especially when God is for you.